What's going on, everyone watching and listening? And I'm doing a special series because a very special show is coming to town. Gospel Superfest, August 20th, right here in Columbus, Ohio. And you see who's with me today, excuse me, Dr. James.
Yeah,
Fortunate. How you feeling? How you feeling?
put some respect on it, man. Put some respect on it. Bro, I am good, man. I'm feeling good. Always a pleasure and a joy to be with you. Thank you for having me here. Great time. A lot of great things are going on. So that's a blessing, man. I think, you know, like I said, last time we talked, we were talking through some adversity, talking through some processes that God was taking me through. And to now be on the other side of that is truly, truly a blessing and a joy. So no pun intended, joy, joy.
Right,
It's all
right.
good. Yeah. Good to hear.
No, that's what it's all about. And we had a offline conversation too, where I was telling you I was in the process of about to be ordained,
Yeah.
and you just spoke some real powerful words into my life and over that, and like we had just met,
Yeah.
and everything that you said is happening.
Wow.
Like you said, like God is about to do some things in your life that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, that's cool to hear. That's very positive to hold
Right.
on. But when it becomes true and you
Yeah.
start living in it, it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
You
So
just
I just definitely wanted to thank you for that.
no, man. I thank you. I thank you for being obedient. I thank you for accepting the call, and it was your heart that God was able to trust and to elevate you. The Bible says that He set it one down and lifted up another. Promotion comes from God, and so for Him to be able to trust you, trust your heart, trust who you are, your character, it says a lot about who you are. So, man, thank you for being you.
Man, I appreciate that. So you are uh headlining the Gospel Superfest coming here to Columbus along with Ernest Pugh, Donnie McClurkin, Shirley Caesar, Doe, Byron Pop. Like
Yeah.
it's a huge show. So what should we expect from the Gospel Superfest? Because it's been a while since it's been here in Columbus, but
Yeah. Man, we're excited to come back. It's always a blessing. Shout out to Dr. Bobby Cartwright, also his daughter Tabitha Cartwright as well. It's always a joy to be a part of it, man. It's always a great night. I love gospel music. I'm a gospel music fan, so to be a part of the show, I've been on it a few times. Every single time, it's amazing from the production to the artists, the songs, the artistry, the creativity is always amazing. So to be a part of this, man, is truly, truly a blessing. I'm excited about it. I know it's going to be powerful because I'm, like I said, because I am a fan of gospel music. I go excited about seeing other gospel artists perform and minister as well. So it's always a packed house. So many people come out because they know that this brand is consistent. Gospel Superfest, the brand, the consistency, and the excellence that it's done in is consistent every single year. So I'm excited about it. I know many other people are too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just the lineup itself should get you excited, but I just know what's within the lineup is bigger, is going to be bigger than just the names you see on the flyer. Like,
Yeah.
so can you speak to the experience that people are going to have within enjoying the good music that you're going to hear?
It's an amazing production. So of course, you're going to hear songs. You're going to see some of your maybe favorite artists or artists that who you're familiar with. But it's the production of it all. It's the way it's put together. I mean, it may be a marching band coming in on stage. You just never know what to expect on the production side of it as well. So I'm sure Dr. Cartwright has some surprises up his sleeve. I'm excited to see what they are. We're just now finishing up getting off the road, doing some other events. So now to be able to lock in with that is truly, truly a blessing. And I think for everybody who's coming, expect the unexpected. Come
Mm,
out and expect for God to blow your mind, but also to just say, you know what, in gospel you can be creative. You can
yeah,
still minister and be entertained. And I know it's a
yeah,
word that we like to shy away from, but I believe that, and so I think that's what's going to happen that night.
yeah. I mean the entertainment, like you were saying, is really just to me a welcoming invitation to enjoy an experience with God.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
and we should the expectation walking into a gospel event should be creativity.
right,
Like we are we are bringing glory to the best creator
right.
all
Yeah,
time. Like creation is, I heard a pastor say one time, like creation is in your DNA, so it's impossible for you not to be a creator.
right, right. We're children of the Creator, the God who created from nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And so as we lean on Him, as we really rely on Him, how we should be the blueprint of what creativity looks like,
Mm,
what artistry really looks like. So you're absolutely right, and that's what we're pushing. That's what we're pushing our genre now. It's not just about the next praise break or the next shout or who
yeah,
can wall the loudest or who can. No, it's about let's put some effort, energy into what we do and excellency of it. You know, God was a God of details. You know, He was a God of preparation. So I think
man.
that we should do the same thing and not just rely on just our talent alone, but that time where we're able to prepare something that's worthy to give to a king. And that's what we're doing. We're preparing for the King of Glory.
Yeah, and I think it's underestimated and really overlooked. You know the part that we play in that. Like a lot of times we want to sit back and watch God do all the work, but it's like He's giving you the gifts and the tools to make the work happen.
Right.
You
Right.
know? Like
He's given us everything that we need. The Bible talks, Second Peter 1 and 3, of course, from the song "I Am." So it speaks about God's given us everything we need. It's just sometimes we don't tap into that because it takes spending time with Him. It takes, you know, like Adam in the garden, you know, walking with God, you know, in the cool of the day, spending time. And I think that's where we get to tap into that supernatural creativity that God has already placed on the inside of us.
man, yeah, and He'll just reveal. There's something about God revealing what's already there, and because like I heard, imagery used once is God didn't create the chair, but He created the wood,
Right.
skill set, and the man to come together to make the chair happen.
Right.
Yeah. And
That's
so with you hitting the stage, I just recently saw you on stage. We can talk about that a little later. But how much of your new album are we going to hear live?
man, you're gonna have to come and see. We putting it together and see. You know, we getting now the details with Dr. Cartwright on, the time and
Yeah.
what exactly he's expecting. So we're having a conversation this week to kind of start nailing that down. It's still early. You know, we're a month away, so we're still putting it together. So you're gonna have to come and see and check it out. And if you're not able to get there live, you're gonna have to wait till it comes on television and see what happens.
Yeah, nah, we can't wait for that. You gotta get there. It's gonna be at the Palace Theater here in Columbus, Ohio, and that is just a staple venue here. And if a musical act is going to be there, like it better be on point. like
Yeah.
so, so
Wow.
I know Dr. Cartwright knows what he's doing when he's booking that, because there's just a standard of excellence, like you're talking about, just being
Yeah.
at that venue.
Absolutely. And that's what everybody, the mindset everybody comes into it knowing, even in preparation for it, is no, this is something like this is the real deal. Of course we always say, everything we do it unto the Lord. But there's different times where, like, you know what, God, to whom much is given, much is required. This is a great opportunity. It's a great platform, and you got to bring it, and you got to make sure that you're not just bringing um, just the songs, but no, bring like preparation, bring
Yeah.
creativity to it as well.
Yeah. So just going back to your album, real quick, your new album, My Life, you hit number one for the 13th time.
Mm.
Um, just speak on that. Like, how does that feel? Is it familiar? Is it comfortable? Or is it?
No, it still feels amazing. I'm gonna be honest. 13 Billboard songs have been number one as a writer or an artist. Some of them have been as an artist, some of them have been as a writer, some I've written for like Zacardi Cortez, Ernest Pugh. So for me, anytime you get to go number one on Billboard for airplay, it's a blessing. It's the most listened to song in the country right now on gospel radio. So I'm honored, I'm humbled. I think it gets more exciting the more it happens because, like, okay, now I've been doing this 18 years, and to still be, having number one songs, it's truly a blessing, a testament to how God is able to really be faithful and really to, as you continue to give him glory and point it back to him, he can trust you with it and continue to give you more and more success, good success, as he told Joshua. So, man, I'm so excited. Everybody who's downloaded, streamed, Never Let Me Down, or the album My Life, and helped and requested this song, man, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Every program director, of course, you, Alan, every music director, thank you so much for the support, because it's the only way that this continues to happen time and time again.
Well, yeah, and how we were saying, there's just parts to it, like you being consistent for 18 years, like that's no small feat either, because we see in every area of life, every industry, that we see, one and dones. We see people that just put out one hit. So, but to be in a
Yeah.
class of consistency like yourself is it's still really something amazing and something that should be admired and honored, because we don't get James Fortunes every day. Like
Wow, man.
it's just a
That
unique.
that means a lot. To God be the glory. Like I said, 18 years. It seemed like it's flown by, but
Mm,
18 years of doing this and doing it at a high level, a blessed level, impacting lives for so many years, is truly, like I said, I don't even take the credit, man. God is just good. It's not that
yeah,
I'm the most gifted or the most talented, or perfect, but I've just been faithful to what God has called me to do, and I've taken it serious, and I've given Him the glory. I haven't made it about me. I've made it about Him and His people, and I think that's been the secret sauce to my success.
yeah. I mean, you said it to me earlier about saying yes. And, I shared with my family a couple weeks ago. A lot of times we speak about God's timing and how we wait on God's timing, and I think really a lot of times it's God waiting on our yes, because
Right.
everything is already finished. All we have to do
Yeah.
is accept it and then live in it.
Yep. It's already done. It
Yeah.
is. The Bible says that for God, and we said a lot. I know the plans He told Jeremiah. He said, "I know
Yeah.
the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, plans for good success." That God has already. We don't show up and then He makes the plans. Before Adam was ever in the garden was already prepared for him. That's why the Bible says, "Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither had it entered the hearts of man the things that God has prepared for them."
Man.
It's already prepared. It's just He's more. The bigger thing is us being prepared for what He's already prepared, because it's not,
Mm,
can we handle what He has for us? Not so much what's taking God so long to prepare it. No, it's already prepared. It was already prepared. But when your grandmother was pregnant with your mom, like He already had it all laid out. But it's us. It's us. It's the development of our characters, development of who we are. It's some things that He has to cut away, cut out. Some people He has to separate, and before He can bring certain things into our life. And so it's already prepared. He's just preparing us.
yeah. And I just think, you know, just speaking about the longevity that you've had, like there's clearly a undertone or very, very evident um, that you have really utilized God as your shepherd.
Yeah,
Like
man.
I just feel like that long, like you don't get that type of longevity, that type of success, getting booked for major shows and tours and concerts that you do without being a sheep. Like,
Yeah, I think that's important because He leads me beside still waters. And I think when you allow the Lord to be your shepherd, when you allow God to be your guide, it's peaceful. There's more peace when you allow God to lead you. When you're out there doing it yourself, man, it's like Peter when he stepped out of the boat with the
mhm.
water. It was calm. He took his eyes off God, off Jesus, and then the storm came. He was like distracted by the storm. It's like, no, you have to keep your eyes fixed. I was sharing with the singers. Um, a few nights ago backstage. I was like, when my son was first really kind of beginning to walk, he would always want to hold my hand because he would, stumble, he would still fall because he was just beginning to kind of learn how to walk. He wasn't sure of himself. But I think a lot of times in the faith, I was sharing from an artist perspective. But the more he got confident walking, he no longer wanted to hold my hand. He was like, "Oh, I got this now." And I think that happens as even as artists. Like when we first started, we rely so hard, so heavily on God. We're like, "God, I need you to help guide me through this on this platform at this concert."
Mhm.
But the more we kind of learn how to do it and like, okay, I can kind of figure this out, we lean more on our own ability than relying on the strength of our Father to walk us through those moments. And I think a lot of times when we fall or we stumble, it's because we thought that we really had it. Oh, we thought I could do this. So we take off running and then we fall and then we wonder why. Okay, well, no, you got to go back to walking with your Father, like letting like the Lord be your shepherd, be your guide. It's like a sheep wandering off. It's wolves, it's coyotes, it's things that are ready to attack. You have to
Mm.
allow, like you said, the Lord to be your shepherd, because when He's your shepherd, you're not just following Him; He's also protecting you. It's not just a possessive; it's also protective. So it's like, no, you got to make sure that you're allowing the God to be your guide and ordering your steps and your stops. That's how you really can keep that peace and that joy and that, just stay in that place of contentment with Him.
Hmm. That's good. Because David says, "Thy rod and thy staff comfort me."
Yeah, yeah,
Like he got the staff to put you in line to keep you by him, and the rod to protect you from everything that's trying to get to you. Like,
right, right,
like
right.
I'm cool with God pulling me back in place because I know He's protecting me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so good, man. Listen, I've enjoyed this time. I thank you for even
sure.
having me, man. I'm excited about Gospel Superfest, excited about the album, excited about all that God is doing in you personally as well. He which have begun a good work in you shall perform it till day of Christ Jesus. So allow God to do the work. Trust God, and man, I'm excited about your future. Excited to see what God's going to do with you next.
No, I appreciate your time. We're looking forward to seeing you at Gospel Superfest here in Columbus in
Yes,
August, and it's gonna be a great time.
yeah, I received that, man. Thank